So my guy Dayo for president, he posted a video, the 7 unavoidable male canon events every man must face. And as I was watching it, there were two things in one canon event that really hit me. So I wanted to add my perspective on it.
But something that's also tough, though, is number 8. Realizing you'll never go pro in the sport you love. You know, as a man, I feel like this is actually the most heartbreaking thing you can go through. Because, yeah, fumbling a 10 out of 10 is bad, but there will always be more fish in the sea. With your sport, though, you only really get one chance at that.
Now, let me tell you guys about sports. I feel like, bro, sometimes I wish I did not chase those hoop dreams. Basketball is the most delusional sport anybody can play. And I'm telling you that I blame Michael Jordan and I blame fucking Kobe Bryant. Bro, those guys will make you believe that, like, you can make the NBA. Those guys will make you believe that you can do anything. You can't do anything, cool. But the thing about making the NBA is that, bro, if you're going to make the NBA, chances are you were born to do it, you know? I don't know how I thought I was going to make the NBA at fucking 5'9", bro. Like, I stopped growing in, like, grade 11, you know? And I was 5'9". I don't know how I thought.
I'd say basketball is delusional, but the community makes it delusional. I don't know if you get that with other sports, but with basketball, it's just everybody thinks that they can cook you. I think part of that is because there are lots of positions which bring unique skill sets, like a point guard, traditionally, great handles, shooting guard, elite shooter, or the big men can back you down in the post. Forwards are the Swiss Army knives. And it doesn't help that you have people like Jordan and Kobe. Those were two of the greatest to ever do it. And they set the bar impossibly high in terms of dedication. You know, you have Mamba mentality or Jordan being 6-0. They were relatable because they were guards. And guards are more relatable than big men dominating because the average height of a man is 5'9", or is it 5'7"? So I'm not going to look at Shaquille O'Neal, who is, some would say, the most dominant player. I'm not going to relate to him because I can't do that. My body's not built like that. It is built closer to Kobe and Jordan. And if those guys are giving you all this mindset gems, then of course you think that you can do it. And with sports as a whole, I'll get into that later.
I don't know in what world, like, how I thought I was going to make the NBA, bro. Bro, you're going up against guys that are 6'6", you know, 6'8", with fucking 12-inch dicks. Bro, these guys are significantly bigger than you. You don't even understand. So even if you have this skill, bro, like, chances you're just not going to make it, and that's fine. That's okay. Like, you will live to see another day. But, like, when I think about my basketball dreams, bro, I'm just like, bro, I wasted so much fucking time on this basketball thing. Cause now I'm just good at basketball for no reason, bro. It doesn't do nothing for me. I don't get girls because I can play basketball. I don't get money because I can play basketball. I don't get nothing. Even my basketball videos, like they're not that nice. Like, bro, now when I think about basketball, bro, it makes me so angry that I played. I'm like, why was I wasting my time?
Honestly, I feel for Dayo, man. As I was watching him, as I was watching this video, I really feel for Dayo. We met, my first interaction with him, first time we ever met was 2016. We played at a basketball competition representing our schools, and then we just kicked it from there. And I know how passionate he was. It was getting to know him to that level. It was infectious. Like, there was no doubt in your mind that he was going to make the NBA, not necessarily a skill perspective, but from will. So I would say that I feel his pain, but I'd also say it wasn't from nothing. Now, basketball, you know how they say ball is life. Basketball, ball is really life. I mean, if I'm to say it's in my life, it's given me a sense of community. It's given me belonging, a vehicle for purpose. It keeps me fit, active, healthy, both mentally and physically. And it's beneficial in other aspects that you can even take outside of basketball. I would advise anybody get yourself in a team sport. If I was to have a kid one day, I would get them involved in a team sport because through that you learn discipline, you learn teamwork, leadership, and that can carry over into every other area of life. I back back home, back home we have communities like the different areas where I play basketball. And of course everybody is there for the same purpose, just to hoop, have fun. But you'd be surprised if you know them in their personal lives. Like these people are leaders, they're CEOs, they're entrepreneurs, they are high up in corporates. Like team sports builds the best out of us. And I think I think Dayo is frustrated and he isn't seeing the immediate benefits right now because he didn't achieve the ultimate goal, which is fair, but it's not useless. I mean, right now he's using that experience for content, and seeing that inspired me to make this content. So it's a win-win. It's always good to it's always good to dream. It's always good to have something to strive for. To it's good to have a reason to get out of bed. And for a lot of people, going pro in a sport is one of them. And it's not even about going pro. Like some people have their why, but it's so easy to shut down dreams when it relates to entertainment, playing a sport, making music, being an artist. Everybody will come to you with their concern, whether genuine advice, which becomes something they've already heard before, something they didn't even ask for. But I'm going to focus on going pro in your sports. If we're to talk the NBA alone, there are 450 roster spots, 60 draft positions every year. Some undrafted make it, but not all 60 draft positions are on guaranteed contracts. And you have how many people fighting for those spots every year? American college players, D1, D2, D3, NAIA, JUCO. You have international players, you have G League players. The reality of the situation is there are lots of people who want to go pro, and there are not enough basketball. There will never be enough basketball teams to accommodate those dreams. And then let's not forget, as he mentioned, or as I always love to mention, this sport discriminates for height. Like you have to be tall. The exception is proof of the rule. You have to be tall. I mean, just because you can count the Isaiah Thomases of the world, the Muggsy Bogues, the Nate Robinsons, the Allen Iversons, that is proof that you need to be tall. Like the fact that you can count the number of short players. Because if I say, okay, tell me how many 6'6" plus guys have ever made the NBA, that's where it becomes tricky. So It's not a league. It's not a league for little guys. And as much as I don't want to downplay anyone's dream because I had those dreams myself, we need to have honest conversations. I know it's never really about what is said, it's how it's said. We just have to have more honest conversations because just sports playing career doesn't last long, like 4 or 5 years on average. And of course, you want to point out the anomalies, the Ronaldos, the LeBrons, the Messis, the Currys that are playing longer than most do. Then you're also setting yourself up for trouble as well. But not to get too deep into this, one piece of advice I got, I don't remember where I got it from, but it stuck with me. If you look at the pros and the cons, can you live with the cons? Like if what you want to go into doesn't work out, can you live with the cons? If yes, go ahead. There are a lot of cons, but also good pros. I mean, anything worth doing is gonna be hard. You have to take a risk. So I think that might be a topic for another day.
And once you finally had that moment of realization that you will never go pro in your sport, whether it's basketball, football, it's truly one of the most heartbreaking things you can ever go through. I remember I was a big basketball player back in middle school, and when I got to high school, I thought it was going to be the same thing. Then one random day, Darius Garland pulled up to my local gym, and I realized very quickly that NBA was never going to be a reality. But I was delusional, so I thought, you know what, maybe if I really ball out my freshman year, I can get some looks.
Bro, listen. There was this one time I played against an NBA player. It was Charles Bassey. I think I was in grade 9 and he was in grade 12. Fuck. Fuck. Like, you guys think that you're good at basketball. Wait till you play against an NBA player, bro. I'm telling you, he was a 6'10", 6'9" center. Fuck. The things that he was doing, like it was a madness. We were just watching like, wow, bro. I was too young. Like I was on the, I would play JV and I would bench varsity, so I was getting experience and all of that, so that when I got to like grade 11, grade 12, I could be the starting point guard. But fuck, bro, like till this day I have never seen anything like that, like in real life, bro. It was a massacre. It was bad.
No, I could really go.
And this guy doesn't even start. He's literally like a bench player in the NBA. Like, you guys don't know how good NBA players are, bro. Like, fuck.
Like this was even the main reason why I wanted to make this video in the first place. To talk about Charles Bassey. A lot of NBA podcasts, the host always ask, what was your welcome to the league moment? For me, I never had a welcome to the league moment. I haven't had a welcome to the league moment, but it was just a realization that there's a possibility I might go pro, but it's not going to be the NBA. And that was thanks to Charles Bassey. So I saw this dude live, man, when we were kids. The best thing I can say about him back then was he was like Wemby. Or yeah, he was like Wemby. Because he had an inside game, transition, he would pull up from 3, and he made it look so easy at just a young age. I'll never forget, he posted me too. He put me on a poster. I was back on transition defense. I was the only one on the team back then. There was one guy who was coming. I thought it was just me and him one-on-one. He threw the ball up. And it happened so fast. I was like, where is he doing? Oh. Yeah. Good times. I know this dude. So he was that good. I mean, he was that good. I just say this guy's destined for great things. And you look at him now, or back then, 2021, when I heard his name again, he was the 53rd overall pick. 53. Crazy. You would think this guy would go like top 15, top 10. And I was like, yeah, it's over. So yeah, there's always levels to this. There's always levels to this. And with the way my life with the way my life was going, there's no way I was going to be a professional at that level anyway. Because first of all, my folks weren't willing and able to give me that life. I mean, they're still supportive, but they just wanted to make sure everything was done first. And when I say done, I mean finish university. I did that. Do NYSC. Did that. So yeah, you just accept it, you move on, I guess. And you're going up against a lot of people who are dedicated to this life. Like that's the only thing that is on their mind 24/7 basketball. You even have it to the extreme case that LaVar Ball, right, had admitted that this was his plan to raise sons to play basketball from marrying his wife, a tall woman, to have some tall kids, tall boys. And then there's me doing it just for the love of the game. Like who is going to succeed? Right? A short person doing it for the love of the game, might I add, because I think I'm 5'10, 5'11. Well, actually, for the love of the game and more so my creative outlet, because back then I was socially awkward. But still, you get what I mean.
Crazy in a good route leading up to my senior year. Well, I was a JV bench player. And I was good too. I was averaging like 20 points a game, but the coaches just didn't mess with me. But then I thought, you know what, maybe the coaches are just, you feel me, purely hating on me, which they were. But then I thought, you know what, maybe I need to transfer somewhere to get more PT. Maybe that's what I really needed. And then I realized that I was never gonna grow past the height of 5'9". Yeah, I haven't grown since freshman year. So yeah, I'm basically trying to say I'm fried. But every man has to go through that phase to realize you're just a regular guy. Just because every motivational speaker tells you that you can do whatever you want in this life doesn't mean you actually can do it. I'm just keeping it real because
Bro, Kobe and Michael Jordan fucked with the. Oh my god, bro. I'm done talking about basketball. Honestly,
sorry, buddy. If you're 5'4" and you're trying to be an NBA basketball player in this economy, in this league, I'm gonna be honest, brother. We have Wimby's playing point guard, bro. You're not Muggsy Bogues, bro. Another.
To wrap this video up, I'm just gonna say, Dayo, if you see this, it's not good. It's not even going to be an if you see this, when you see this, because I'm sending it to you. I get it. It hurts. It hurts when you invest time into something and you don't get the return. You don't reach a goal you set for yourself. When you gave everything, you gave time, you gave attention, focus, you gave energy, you gave money. But try not to see it as wasted time. You built character, you built friendships, good relationships. You learned what it means to work for something bigger than yourself. And right now you're inspiring people by being real about it. And that should count for something. So yeah, to everyone else that's watching this, chasing a dream, whether it's basketball or anything else, just be honest with yourself. I mean, always go for it, right? You have one life. So live it on your own terms if you can. But just be honest with yourself. Just ask yourself, can you live with it if it doesn't work out? For me, you never want to look back on your life and regret the things you didn't do. Those are the only regrets you're ever gonna have anyway. If you can't live with it, then yes, run it. Because, like I said, we only have one life. But try to have plan Bs. Try to have other alternatives. Don't just stick yourself into one box. Use it as a vehicle, not the end. It's a means to an end, but it's never the end. And having a plan B doesn't mean you don't believe in yourself. You're just being smart. So, ball is life, but life is more than ball. And that's it. Um, Dayo, when you see this, much love, man. You inspired this whole thing, so peace.